folks, we'll start off with Dylan Couch, offensive lineman. Questions for Dylan?
Dylan, Coach Montgomery talked about being happy with some of the improvement you guys were able to make from week 1 to week 2. Specifically, where did you see some improvement there?
I think just as a team in a whole, obviously our defense just plays lights out every time we play. I think Davis Brin took a very large step and just kind of balled out in my opinion. And, just kind of go on the tail end of that. I think us as an O-line, we need to do better. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, guys, is that cutting out for you?
It sounded funny.
A little bit.
Yeah, it cut out some.
Hey, DT, I think it's your laptop. Mute your laptop and it should
Sounds good. Thank you. Questions?
Were you really surprised by Davis in the opener? And is, what we saw from him Saturday kind of exactly what you expect from him and what you think you'll get going forward?
I'm always behind him. He's such a great worker, such a great preparer, such a great player. Obviously, that was, I think, his first start ever. So I don't necessarily know if he had jitters or anything, but I thought he bounced back extremely well, and I think we can expect that out of him. Just as long as he keeps doing the things he's doing.
What do you think it will take? Again, I don't know how much you've seen of the Ohio State defense, but what kind of improvements will need to be made from week 2 to week 3 to have the kind of day you want against them? And if you can, speak to what you see from them defensively and the challenge they are.
Yeah, so I think if we come out and click on all cylinders, it'll give us a great chance to compete with them. I think we as an O-line need to take a big step this week and just right the things that we did wrong against Oklahoma State in the pass protection. And, they're a great opponent. Obviously, there's such a rich tradition there. They have great players. They play very fundamental, just gap-sound football. So it's just going to take a great effort by us, and, it's just a great opportunity.
Dylan, for you guys on the offensive line, obviously you've played in big stadiums, big crowds, but what are the challenges of playing in front of 100,000 people on the road like that?
Yeah, so just obviously the noise is going to be a factor, but I feel like just as long as we lock in to the snap count and we get a great clap from Davis, I don't really think it'll be that big of an issue. But obviously with the stadium that big, it's something you're definitely emphasizing throughout the week and something that you're definitely thinking of as an offense.
What is it about these opportunities that's good for you guys, to go and play in different venues and against teams that have such a great tradition like that?
I think it's just great for our team to kind of go against those kinds of teams. I think it definitely makes you a better team on either side of the, because you go against guys that are just very good players. And obviously coaching-wise, you're going to go against a very good opponent coaching-wise. So it kind of helps you build towards conference play. And, it's just a great opportunity for us.
Dylan, assuming there will be some silent counts and that sort of thing with a large crowd, don't know how often you guys use silent counts. I know you have in the past. How does that change how you approach a play? How does that affect how you operate?
I don't necessarily think it affects really anything. It just kind of makes you lock in more to the clap itself. I don't necessarily think it really changes anything you go about in your progression throughout a play. I think it's just something you kind of lock into more than if he just says, like, ready, go,
But I guess what I'm asking too is, as a not being the center, do you have to look out of the corner of your eye to see the ball after the clap? After everybody's ready to go. That's a little different than just listening for a snap count. So how is that different?
Yeah, so obviously your peripherals play a big factor in that. You're down the ball, you hear the clap, but it's not necessarily go until the ball snaps. So you're right about that. Just kind of locking into everything in general. The clap, the ball, everything, and then just getting a great step from that. That's obviously something that we kind of lock into when you go into a big stadium. It's loud, and we're on a clap cadence. So yeah.
Looks like there was maybe 2 guys, I might be wrong, that played at Ohio State in 16. Have you talked to any of them about what that experience was like?
Yeah, so Chandler Miller and Tyler Bowling, they were two dudes that played here when I first got here. I mean, they always told me how great of an environment it was to play in and how great of an opportunity it was for them to kind of go show out and measure themselves against some of the best, you know. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And, you know, it's just a great opportunity, like I keep saying.
Any other questions for Dylan?
Yeah, I've got one more. Dylan, you always play with a lot of emotion, and that emotion helps fire you. It helps make you the player that you are. How do you use that emotion, go all the way up to that line without stepping over it and doing something that you regret later?
Can you repeat that question? I didn't hear it in its entirety. Sorry.
As emotional as you are, how do you kind of walk that line between using the emotion to help fuel your play and, you know, stepping over the line and doing something you would later kind of regret?
Well, you know, it's kind of no secret that in the past I've gotten a couple personal fouls and stuff. And I'm really trying to right that ship this year. Obviously, like you said, I'm a player that plays with a lot of emotion. And I think as an offensive line, I think we all do. I'm kind of magnified at times. But you definitely don't want to do anything that'll hurt your team. I know I've done that in the past, and I know that's something that I never want to do, and that's something I'm correcting every day. But you definitely always want to play with a chip and some emotion because, I mean, it means a lot to me, and I hope, you know what I'm saying, my play kind of indicates that, you know. But definitely just no penalties, nothing that costs our team, you know.